Alright, we're here. Oh, well, first off, look at these cool dresses. At the back it says, what does it say? Does it say anything? Yeah, Nelson Airport. We are here at the Nelson Airport filming a little bit of a Q&A about the Nelson Airport and stuff about this.
And the people who work here and stuff.
With the people that work here, we'll be going up to the control tower. At the moment we are in one of the Air New Zealand planes that have just been fixed, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
they've just had some maintenance on it.
Just had some maintenance, which is quite cool. And yeah, anything else? Oh, this is my co-host Noah.
Hey.
This is Noah.
Yep. We're going to be talking to one of the engineers that worked on this later today.
Yep, which is going to be quite fun. And yeah, woo. Okay, in Air New Zealand, if you're watching this, I'd love some free flights to Rarotonga, just saying. So, you know, some free flights would be great. Alright, bye. And yeah, we're here with our first person. What's your name?
James. I'm James.
And how long have you been working here?
I've been working at airport now for just under 11 years.
What is it that you do here?
I'm the Safety and Sustainability Manager. So I'm responsible for making sure that the airport is safe all the time for people travelling and people who work here. And then I've also taken on a role about trying to make us more sustainable as a business, because aviation is probably one of the worst emitters for carbon, and we're trying to improve on that.
What did you do during COVID? How did you, what stuff did you have to do as a job here?
So the airport is still, was still open, even though the airline wasn't flying, because we had to make sure it was open for ambulance flights and things like that. Yeah. So we just basically went down to a skeleton crew to keep the place running. We still had to have our fire service here to make sure the place was safe, but just generally keep the place open for ambulance flights and anything else that needed to come in urgently.
If you don't mind us asking, what's the worst incident you've had here while you've been working here?
We're quite lucky. We haven't had any plane crashes, really. We've had a couple of little minor ones where a little aeroplane, like a two-seater or something, might have run off the runway, but nobody's been killed, nobody's been hurt. But we have to be ready for that all the time. So our fire crew here have to be able to respond within 3 minutes to anything that might happen on the airfield. And we've just in the next 2 weeks, got a brand new fire truck coming for them. It's a $1.5 million fire truck that's arriving from overseas.
What's your fire crew like here? How large is that?
We've got 7 full-timers, and so they have to maintain the fire category on the place to make sure that they can respond in that 3 minutes. But also they do bird control, because birds are quite dangerous to aircraft if they get hit by a bird. They do the runway inspections for us. They respond to medical events in the terminal, and a whole heap of other jobs as well. So they're not just sitting around waiting for something to happen. One of the things we see a bit more now is just security around the place as well. So, you know, we're not a big international airport, and we don't have we don't have police here and things like that. So we have to make sure that people, when they come into the airport, are doing the proper things, not trying to go through doors they shouldn't, or leaving their bags lying around and that sort of stuff.
Oh, what do you do as an airside manager?
So most of my job is around making sure that we're meeting all the rules that you have to meet to run an airport. So it's highly regulated. We get inspected 3 times a year usually, twice by the Civil Aviation Authority, and once we get somebody from another airport to come and have a look around. And we've just got to make sure everything is running according to the rules to make sure that the planes can land safely and take off safely.
Yeah, and last question that we have for you. This massive new building that we've got now was only here only was built
2019.
2019.
Yep.
And before that, there was wasn't there a airport just a bit further down there?
Yeah, there's an old terminal used to be just a little bit further up here. It was a lot smaller.
Yeah. So what happened with you being safety and sustainability as in the move? Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest job was we can't obviously close the airport while we build something. So we had to knock down an old building, build a new building, and keep everything running as it normally does. So there was a lot of safety involved in that, making sure that building materials weren't blowing out onto the apron where the aeroplanes are, that the public were safe if they were coming into the building to check in, that they were walking through a building site, that they knew they had a safe passage all the way and they could get on their plane and carry on as normal.
Oh, well, thanks for letting us interview you.
No worries.
Yeah. Awkward ending.
Hi, we're here with the Customer Service and Landside Manager. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I've been here for about 11 months. My job here is to make sure that all of our passengers are happy, predominantly, first of all, that they are safe. They come through a terminal that is functioning well at all times when we are open. We look after all of our tenants here. Our main tenant is Air New Zealand. That's our largest tenant. We also have the cafe, the Sublime Coffee, the Nelson store, 2 other smaller airlines with Origin Air and Sounds Air. We have approximately about 300 passengers that come through here a day. Sometimes up to 1,000 passengers in total. So the terminal can be extremely busy. So if you can see up the far side over here, you can see the Koru Lounge, Air New Zealand's Koru Lounge, where all their premium members go up and they're fed and watered and wined and dined while they wait for their flights. But yeah, that's basically what I do here.
Oh, that's great, thank you.
So, customer services manager, but what are some of the craziest things that you have seen working as a customer services manager?
I'm afraid it's not really hard. There's too many that come to mind.
No,
there are a lot of
not a good
crazies. It usually involves when people aren't reading signage or paying attention to some of the health and safety areas. So if you look just below us here, there is a baggage belt here. And we've placed several signs around there to say keep children away from the belt, where I've had some fathers carrying their children on top of the belt. Children have been playing on there, but it is a health and safety hazard, whereas where a child has actually removed the top of their fingers by playing on it. So we do our utmost to make sure that they're kept safe at all times. Another one is dogs in the terminal. We don't permit any dogs on the premises, and the main reason for that is you can see out on the runway here. Okay, we do a lot of loud sounds like gunshots to keep the birds away from the planes, to make sure that there are no bird strikes on any of the airlines. And dogs have come in here previously and they've panicked because of those sounds, which has ended up in some pretty catastrophic situations. So we've tried to keep them away from the terminal at all times.
Okay, and last question that we have for you is: there's always been the saying, like, I'll go in your suitcase, I'll fit in your suitcase to go on the plane with them. Has anyone actually attempted that?
Not in my period, not in my time here. I can't speak for the history of aviation. I'm pretty sure somebody has probably tried that sometime along the lines. But as you well know, I mean, the security within aviation now is so high, so it would be very difficult to smuggle even the smallest person through in a suitcase.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Tiki just said that no one's ever tried to fit into a plane while they're fitted in a suitcase. So, watch me try.
Go!
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not actually going to work, but...
This is gonna work. It's working.
It's not going to work, no.
It's working.
It's not going to work.
It's working. I'm going to Rarotonga.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the time too.
Alright, welcome to the narrations now. We went up in the control tower. We were quite lucky, I know.
Yes, we were.
We got to go up in the control tower, but we weren't able to film an interview in there. We did get some cool shots and we would like to tell you some fun facts. So did you know that the tower itself stands at 23 metres high?
But the support beams that go through the tower into the ground top the 23 metres.
Whoa, that's crazy. And, okay, what else happened? Look at the view from up here, though. Look at how crazy it is. It's insane. Birds hit planes.
Yeah, but birds do hit planes. Oh, we're going to go in there and talk to
Brent.
Brent.
Come on, Noah.
I forget the names, okay?
Okay, so we're going to go for an interview with Brent. He is our, the engineer for New Zealand. And, yeah, woo! And now we are here with
Brent.
He is the Air NZ's maintenance guy.
Engineer, yep.
Engineer. And do you have any other roles?
Another strange role called non-destructive testing, but it all sort of comes under the engineering banner.
So what does how long have you been working here, and what's the what goes into a day in the life for you here?
So I've been here about 12 years now, and I work an afternoon or evening shift, so from midday to 11 p.m. And we cover in the afternoons anything that sort of breaks down during the day of operations, be it in Nelson or anywhere else that we service. And then in the evenings, every night there's sort of scheduled overnight maintenance on all the aircraft when they're not flying. So at night there's a night shift here that works through till 5 in the morning, and they'll typically work on anywhere between sort of 3 and maybe up to 7 aircraft in a night.
Do you have a crew that you work with when you're repairing things and stuff?
Yeah, so I guess we're in sort of small teams. My shift is 4 people on it, and then the night shift is a bit bigger. They have sort of about 10 people per night usually.
And when you're in the air, when planes are in the air and there's a fault or something, what happens there? Like, do they have stuff that can fix that while they're in the air, or?
Yeah, so typically they're made that they've got so many sort of redundant safety systems. If something goes wrong, then something else will kick in to look after it. And even then, they're designed so well and maintained so well that anything catastrophic is just really unlikely. This is the only hangar in Nelson for Air New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it says everything you need.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, thank you for your time.
Sweet as.
Yeah. And then the craziest thing happened. He let us go in the plane that was on display, didn't he?
That was super cool. That wasn't even on the plan, but yeah, that was. Oh, he let us go in the cockpit too. That was pretty impressive.
And then look, this is me trying to see what's behind that crew-only door. I can admit that it's just a little bit of a storage space, but you know what? That was so cool to be able to do that. But yeah, here's me trying to be a flight attendant.
Oop. What happened there?
Alright, I think it's been a real privilege to be able to come to Nelson Airport today. So big shout out to the Nelson Airport, big shout out to Mike. Yeah. He's the guy that helped us with this, marketing director. I don't know if he wanted us to get his name out, but you know, thank you to him. Yeah, I hope you guys learned some stuff, eh?
Yeah, hope we've taught you a bit about the place and
some unnecessary info.
Enjoyed the video.
Yep. Alright, well, bye. Awkward outro. Alright, done.
Catch you in the next one.
Yep. Alright, we are literally just in the middle of editing. We just finished doing our narrations, because you know how we had narrations on it. So we're doing some things, and we just forgot to say a massive thank you to Chorus. Chorus are the people that actually made this video happen with some professional equipment, some of these microphones. These microphones are so good, love them. And we just want to say a massive thank you to them, because without them this wouldn't be possible. See, we bought GoPros, we bought wireless goes, we bought all this stuff, and it couldn't have been possible without them. Otherwise I would have just been using my phone and it wouldn't have been as good. So yeah, massive thanks to them for enabling us to be able to post these videos onto YouTube. They really help us so much and all that stuff. So yeah, we just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Chorus.
And now we just have to wait 15 seconds and give you a death stare while these credits roll up. My hand keeps shaking. Alright, those are over. But yeah, thank you very much, Chorus. And be back, keep in touch with this YouTube channel, subscribe, because guess what, we're going to be back, maybe doing an abandoned hospital someday.
Ooh.
An escape room, that's an escape room's going to be fun. Say bye, Noah.
Bye.